Hey, Linda. Good morning, Courtney. How are you doing? You hope that they hold strong and force a shutdown? I mean, I have definitely said that, and I still stand by it. I will admit, though, what they are talking about doing, like during it does have me frightened. They're basically saying they're going to do mass firings if there's a government shutdown. And again, is that going to be worse? Probably not than what's going on already, but it's still, we need them. No, we don't. Grow up. Had some breakfast? Heck yeah. Penzo, you don't even understand what it takes to run an entire country, obviously, if you think we need them. Hey, Kiva. Thank you for watching and liking the new episode. I appreciate it. Like the fishes? Yeah, I figured you'd add something. Add some calmness to it. They are trying to do mass firings already, Aaron. It's not quite the same, but Naples did it on an app. I don't understand what you're saying. I still saw him more normal than Democrats. Okay. Jake. Nepal. It's true. Nepal did their voting on an app. That's true. Good morning, Christy. Yep, it's true. It's a downright crazy world we live in. You know, it's even like the thing in Texas that people are talking about. I'm struggling to not only gave to the rich. True. Are we going into a shutdown? We'll find out in 5 minutes. Good morning, Susan. Or 5 minutes, 5 days. Find out in 5 days. Good morning, Jose. How are you doing? You're finding it peaceful? Good. Yeah, if you guys go over and watch on the tube, I have some fish playing. So if you want some calm viewing while you hang out, you should go over there. I'm torn. Family members are government contractors, but if the Republicans won't even talk to Dems. Yep. Oh, trust me. They're just another day. Feel ya. Again, this is one of those back and forth things where, you know, it's not easy. There's no right answer here. Like in the sense of everything is going to hurt. Fish or fish? The first one, Jen. The first one. Hey, Brianna. But yeah, we just released a new episode today too. So you should check that out. It's really good, if I do say so myself. You watched a bunch of my videos yesterday? Thank you. You could do it to 2x speed to get through more? Yeah. You don't think we will, Frank? You think Democrats will end up voting for the bill? I appreciate that. It means a lot. I mean, we'll find out. Let's put it this way. After the last time, it wouldn't surprise me, but, you know, fish have always freaked you out. I like fish. I find aquariums to be calming. I hear they also made a bill to put on our silver dollar coins. Really? I mean, I wish I were surprised by that, but I'm not. Hey, Maureen. The fish are nice. Thank you. Hi, Patty. Good morning, vegan. Hey, Laura. Yeah, color me shocked. Seriously. Now you need to use the bathroom. You know, this is, again, obviously in an ideal world, we wouldn't be shutting it down. Why do I shake when I drink water? Because I have Parkinson's. Alejandro, because I have Parkinson's. Who do you feel is at fault if we do have a government shutdown? You hope the government shuts down permanently? I don't think anyone would really want that. Who do I think's at fault? If the majority needs to work with the minority in order to pass a bill and compromise is required, I believe it is always the majority's fault, no matter who is responsible. Like, no matter which side. Hey, Eleanor, you saw the bat signal. And again, I would say this no matter who is it. Unless somebody has the party in the majority is responsible for making sure the bill gets passed. The fact that they are trying to basically guilt Democrats into signing it is childish. The fact is part of the way it works is that compromise is required to pass it because of what is necessary to get it passed. When the Democrats were doing, of course you did. Of course you did. You just didn't see the same kind of complaining because the Democrats actually talked and worked with the Republicans. There were some Republicans that just wouldn't have signed it no matter what. But in the end, their job isn't to get all of the Republicans to vote for it. Their job was to get enough to vote for it. Where right now Republicans are saying you have to be more objective. Both parties have their inconsistencies. Of course, both parties have their inconsistencies. But we're not talking about both parties here. You are talking about the government shutdown. And in a government shutdown, the majority is responsible for making sure the bill gets passed. Who cares? You think anarchy would be better for the country? You think anarchy would be better for the people? But who's going to pay the price in the long run? People are paying the price no matter what. And again, what you're saying is it's better to use guilt instead of compromise. Who's going to pay the price in the long run? The American people are always paying the price. Defund the police, remember? No, I don't remember. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Of course the Democrats have been willing to compromise. That does not mean at times they have not been willing to use the pressure that they have, just like everyone has the ability to do. I'm not saying the Democrats are perfect. I'm not a Democrat. I have no love for the Democratic Party. Trust me. Dems have never, that's not true. Dems have compromised quite often. Hell, they signed the last continuing resolution. And did it getting nothing. Thank you, Eleanor. I appreciate it. And by the way, if you're here and you go over and watch on the tube, I actually put up the chat that's over here on TikTok. So you can technically still see what's going on. You're in the background for a minute, no worries. Yep. You know, we're not ever going to always agree. Hey, Angel. I appreciate anyone who's willing to talk. I appreciate anyone who's willing to talk. I hope that we can all, as long as we can all agree on fundamentals. How long have you known of my Parkinson's? So my mom had young onset Parkinson's, so we were hyper aware of it. I went in to have it looked at the second I noticed it. So it was about 8 years ago that that I was first noticed symptoms. Tremor, lack of arm swing, so rigidity, and my diminished sense of smell. Oh yeah, and for everyone on the tube, the more you type, also that helps in analytics. So hitting the thumbs, talking, doing all that stuff. She has MS. I'm sorry to hear that, Trip. What was the diagnosis? What diagnosis you're talking about for me? A while ago, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. When they told her, she laughed and said, "Well, at least I know what the issue is." True. Are we having a government shutdown? Sorry, I was just joining in. We don't know. So they have until the 30th to pass a funding bill or a continuing resolution before it shuts down. Your mother-in-law and husband have MS. That is not true, Eleanor. That is not true. Pickles are acceptable on all chats. Thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate you. Federal workers I work with daily are so defeated. This is all sad. Yeah. Yeah. You had an aunt with MS. She passed a while ago. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm honestly, guys, I am okay. I do a lot of work to, because my mom had it, I'm well aware of the stuff that can help not just slow the progression, but help, just do things. So I do a lot of stuff. I've been able to keep it down to the point where many neurologists that I've talked to aren't totally convinced that I have it. Because the progression has been as slow as it has been. Do you think the shutdown is advantageous to the administration? Honestly, I guess it depends what you mean by advantageous. I think they will use it. Sure. I think they will use it to hurt Americans, but it's hard to argue that they're not hurting Americans already. So, hey, Willow. What's my outlook on levodopa? I mean, I'm not taking it yet. I'm going to avoid taking levodopa for as long as possible. Have to leave Pride up longer? What? Right now, I can function without it. The problem with levodopa is the more you take it, the less your body creates its own. So I'm not at a point of needing to replace my dopamine. The government shutdown actually costs the government. My company gets paid hundreds of thousands to restart contracts. Oh, interesting. Any fun weekend plans? Not really. I'm doing a lot of recordings. I was supposed to have something going on every day next week, whether it was a recording or on. So on Tuesday, for those of you that watched the podcast episode that released on Monday, I interviewed someone who's running for Congress. She's going to be joining me on a live on Tuesday. And you guys will have a chance to ask her questions about, you know, herself and what she stands for and things like that. So good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning, Tiffany. The government is not going to shut down, grow up. Well, if they don't pass a budget in the next 5 days, it will shut down. You act like it's never shut down before, Willard. We don't get enough hugs. I'm going to go find someone and give them a hug today. Do it, Eleanor. Our longest government shutdown ever was under this president. Thanks, Trip. Hey, one less F. I like the name. That's fine, Kia. You can lurk. We're good. Everything's good. We're all good. Guys, thanks for all the likes. On both sides. Guys, for everyone here, if you don't already follow over on the tube, I'm actually live over there as well. You can see the chat there and be involved with them and see whatever chat is going on here at the same time. So you can kind of like do it both. It's like the best of both worlds. And you can also watch the brand new episode that just came out. So I'm just thinking, what would be the turning point for the Republicans to finally take a stand? Oh, against him? That's if they believed that their own constituents would vote them out of office, that would be the turning point for the politicians. Always is. Now you have the Hannah Montana song stuck in your head. Not the ones I listened to this morning. But again, if you're talking about Republican voters, some of them, nothing will. They've got to feel it. Got to keep up with two chats. Now, that's why I'm trying to push everyone over to Tube. This will be a long shutdown. It could be. It could be. Aren't they? They are drafting layoff plans, yes. I don't mind keeping up with two chats, Eleanor. It's all good. It's all good. If it grows what we're trying to do here, it's worth it. I'm leaning more towards anti-government at this point. So much corruption on both sides. I hear you. I understand what you're saying, Katie. I still find it hard to say so much corruption on both sides when one side was willing to put a felon and someone who was found liable of SA and all that stuff in office. Like, I hear you that there's I understand the lean, I understand the lack of trust, but I find it very hard to accept the both sides-ism when that is the reality we're living in right now. I watched the new episode, really good. Hearing a parent's perspective on trans kids was really interesting. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. How's the I mean, the simulcast is fine. I just have to pay attention to two to two chats until I can get more people over there. As a Republican, I'm now an independent as of everything coming out these last few weeks. Jess, welcome to the independent life. I am an independent and I've been one my entire voting career. The key should never be, do they have an R or a D next to their name? What should matter is what do they stand for? He's calling for people to be arrested over the escalator. Of course he's calling for people to be arrested over the escalator. Why wouldn't he? I just wish we would all come together. I'm also a registered independent. I've been leaning Republican. So here's the thing, Katie. Here's the thing that we need to remember. So we've had this discussion a little bit before. The reason you see division, the reason can you vote in your primaries? So in my state, you basically, when you go to vote, you just register for whichever primary you're voting in. And then as you leave, you become independent again. So here's the thing, Katie, about this whole come together thing. I think for potentially a majority of people, there is that possibility. You know, there is that possibility of us being able to come together if we can get over ourselves in many ways. That being said, right now there is a difference in fundamentals. That is the issue that we're dealing with, is a difference in fundamentals. There, to a large group of people, to millions of people, they don't see certain people as human. And that is an issue. That's an issue that we have to accept. Yeah, the escalator thing is kind of hilarious. And actually, according to the UN, they think that the White House person who was going up the escalator before them to take pictures may have triggered that shutdown. Good morning, Doug. How are you? According to the AP, someone from the team, yeah, by accident. Because there's for those of you that don't know on escalators, there's a system set up at the top that if it looks like something may be caught and go under, it will shut the whole thing down. Can we talk about the hilarious statue in front of the White House? You mean the one with Trump and Epstein? Yeah. Until we get rid of the Electoral College and have something like ranked choice voting, there will never be a third party candidate that wins anything substantial. It's just not going to happen. You thought the big, beautiful bill fixed everything? I know, it's crazy. Laughing your socks off? Yeah. Good morning, Clara. For everyone over here, I'll say it again. If you go over to the tube, you can see the chat on the tube, and you can also see what's going on over on TikTok. So what am I watching here? It's a channel where we talk about what's going on in the world. That's what you're watching here. The Electoral College is the product of genius thinking, no mob rule. The Electoral College has made it possible for 7 states to decide who is president. That is not. You're confused by all this. What's confusing? Whose fault is the shutdown? The Republicans are in the majority. It's their job to pass a bill, and if their bill requires working with the other party to make it happen, then that's their responsibility as adults to do it. So you see more here than on your phone? Yeah. Do you know of a workaround? A workaround to what? When are we going to talk about council mate? I don't know who you're talking about, so I don't know how we could talk about it. I mean, again, there were reasons why the Electoral College existed when it did. Do I agree with their reasoning? Not really, but there are reasons. We aren't there anymore, and it shouldn't exist now. It shouldn't exist anymore. What do I think about the mayor race in New York? Go Mamdani. Love him. The council lad. I still don't, I'm sorry. Don't know who you're talking about. Slavery did have a lot to do with it. I'm an American. That believes that all people, no matter your race, religion, gender, or identity, deserve rights, respect, dignity, and safety. And that's what I'm fighting for. Americans, you're right, they can be. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't care about those kind of labels. I care about people. I care about all the people in this country, and I care about their rights. So that's what I fight for. Badger, yeah, we talk American politics. If you want me to talk about something that's going on in another country, you probably need to go a little more in depth, because I don't pay as close attention to at least to other countries' politics at the moment. Knows what a communist means and want me to explain it to them. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Nope. Sorry, Badger. We're talking about American politics. You're good. Oh, you're talking about the UN Council, Badger? Is that what you're talking about? We can definitely talk about that. Skegness City Council. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I lean more democratic. However, I do believe the balance is what we need to strive for. The fact is we have a lot of people in this country that believe, in some cases, different things. What we need to do is figure out how we need to come to an agreement on fundamentals that every discussion we do can be based on. And until we can do that, it's gonna be hard to find the kind of balance we're looking for. Purity politics is divisive on both sides. Need political violence to stop? Yeah, for sure. But I would also argue we need to tone down the rhetoric if we really want political violence to stop. I think the problem with the right is they have quote unquote flooded the zone so much, Grizzly Bear, that it's hard to notice it. Until Democrats are on board with eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Beach. The only waste, fraud, and abuse that has been happening has been from the Republican side. I'm sorry. And I know you won't agree with me, and that's fine. You're allowed to, but who's the best politician in America? Oh, man. None? AOC? Bernie? I don't know. I mean, the problem, is that the idea of waste, fraud, and abuse to an extent is subjective, especially waste. Jasmine Crockett. Have I ever got? Oh yeah. I mean, we try not to like talk about conspiracy theories on here, but my brain has sure gone down them. For sure. What's going on in Texas? My brain is sitting here struggling with the information that we've been giving and trying to wrap my head around what is being said about it. Oh, you mean Kaylee Peterson, Eleanor? Yeah, she's gonna be joining me on a live on Tuesday for you guys to be able to ask questions. Good morning. Jasmine says a lot of what a lot of people are thinking. Yeah, so does AOC. I have a brother with autism, so it hits close to home. You know, that's fair. I am going to be doing a stitch today. I saw this video of this woman who was just lying in bed next to her son and going, and is like, you see it on her face that she feels at fault for her kid having autism. And I was just broken. I was just broken. Does the US have any communists? Yeah, I mean, again, there's two different ways to look at communism. There's the way that the right sees it, and there's the way that other people see it. But yeah, sure. Who cares if we have a government shutdown? The people that work for the government do. The hundreds of thousands of people that won't get paid do. The people that the government that the people that are doing things for the government for money do. The military does. The VA, yep. Yeah, I think sometimes there's people, it's amazing to me how many people think that that the only people that are affected by a government shutdown are like congressmen and the president. Like, there's literally hundreds of thousands of millions of people that get paid by the government that work that won't get paid. Why is it getting shut down? Badger, so at the end of September, well, they need to pass a budget by September 30th or the government won't run. So it'll be a government shutdown. Federally funded construction projects won't get paid during a shutdown, correct? Past shutdowns, I was paid furlough days. Well, yeah, they'll get paid after. But what if money's tight? What if you are barely paying your bills as it is? Money is always tight. Yeah. So not getting paid isn't going to make things better. And money is getting tighter every day. So not only are things getting more expensive, but then the millions of people that work for the government or get paid by the government. Life still goes on. Okay, dude. Okay. Good for you. Congratulations. Mastery, that the Democrats aren't in power. Grow up. I don't get how government can just shut down, can't do it over here. Council wouldn't allow it, I don't think. You know, I mean, it doesn't officially shut down. So if you are what's considered essential, you still have to work. You just don't get paid. Roar, I think Jennifer was talking about the person that got muted, not me. Even homegrown. Well, yeah, because it costs more to make things. It costs more to make things here. Yeah. Yep. And inflation's up over 3%. It's gone up almost a full percent since March. Food is high because of multiple different things. Tariffs, climate change. Got to make a livable wage. Everyone should make a livable wage. Mass deportation. And the CEOs will expect to get paid. It's true. The CEOs got to get paid. It absolutely is true. Everyone should get $80. Why would everyone get $80 an hour to flip burgers? That doesn't make any sense. All jobs are important. If people need to eat and people get food at a place like McDonald's and you work full-time at McDonald's, you should be able to survive working full-time at McDonald's. $80 is not what considered a livable wage. Livable wage means the minimum to live, to afford the necessities. Minimum wage is a joke right now. Yep. As a government employee, we're so sick of being used as political collateral. I can totally understand that, Chex. 100% understand that. Nor should you be used as political collateral. Congress should have been working on this budget far earlier. So this is what tends to happen, especially with the Republicans, but the Democrats have done it before too. They're not both perfect at it, but Republicans have definitely used this method a lot more. They wait until the last minute and try and force the Democrats to work with them in order to stop a shutdown because they bring it to the last minute. Both have done it. Republicans have done it way more often. They should have been working on this budget 6 months ago. My husband and myself have been shut down 3 times together and still had to get to work every day. That's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Right, and then they blame the Democrats. Yep. No, neither side is lily white. That's fair. That's fair that neither side is lily white. Too many people don't know that a lot of our food comes from Central and South America. Yep. I saw a video today, someone freaking out about how much coffee was. And I was like, well, that's because not only are they dealing with a climate change drought, but they have added 50% tariffs on the place where we get most of our coffee from. They 90% blame the Republicans. The Republicans don't blame the Republicans. The Republicans blame the Democrats, and the Democrats blame the Republicans, which is what's happening. But the fact is the Republicans are in power. It's their responsibility to get this done. Go tariffs, drink mushroom coffee anyway. That's all we do is pass the blame game. Yep. We don't hold our politicians accountable for what they do. We don't hold our politicians accountable. We need to start doing it. If we don't start doing it, it's going to keep happening. As long as politicians believe that they can keep doing this stuff without they won't get primaried. Who's to hold the voters in the primaries? In the primaries. You're good, Kia. Nothing's going on. Everything's fine. Sorry, I had to go. No worries. Our voter system is not a joke. Not in local. Our system is a joke for the presidency. Sure. Why the aquarium? Why not? So you think it's always been legit? Again, well, what do you mean by legit? I guess we need to agree on a baseline. What do you consider legit? They're all responsible. I mean, there's always some responsibility that needs to take place, but in the end, right now, the Democrats don't have the ability to do anything with the budget except say, if you want our vote in the Senate, you've got to work with us. And the Republicans have said no. So 100% honest, nothing's 100%. If you're looking for 100%, then you're never gonna get it. So, but do I think that it has been, safe and reliable? Yes. But again, Ian, if you're like, there's no such thing as 100% anywhere for anything. Oh my gosh. Mr. Wonderful, grow up. Mushroom coffee? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a mushroom coffee person. Everything became the great divide when human rights were challenged. Yes, again, the problem is we cannot agree on fundamentals. Me, as an American, believes that all people, no matter your race, religion, gender, or identity, deserve rights, respect, dignity, and safety. That is a line in the sand for me. How can I have a real open conversation with someone who does not view all people like that? You drink mushroom coffee and love it? That's awesome, Jolie. I'm wishing there's a lot of Americans that don't understand American politics, Badger. You're actually not the only one. That I agree with, Checks. Political favors are far too prevalent in all of politics. And again, the way we can get around that is when we find out people, no matter what side you're running on, are taking a lot of money from PACs, taking a lot of PAC money, doing favors, things like that. You primary them. That's how you fix the problem of people focusing, these politicians focusing on the people with money and not the people that they're supposed to represent, is you primary them, because they know that there are too many people in this country on both sides that will vote for anyone with a D on their name, or they'll just vote for someone because they've got a D or an R. And because of that, they don't have to worry about it, because they know only 15% of the people in this entire country will come out and vote in the primaries. When only 15% are going to come out and vote in the primaries, that's their goal, is to convince the 15%. Because then they know a bunch of people will only vote for because you got a D or an R. So if you want to start holding people accountable, Katie, yeah, I disagree that the Bible, there's a lot of people in this country that aren't Christian at all, and the Bible doesn't mean anything. So, oh, that's what you mean. The Bible means. Oh, okay. I think it just came out wrong. So I'll take a breath. We're good. I think it was just a misunderstanding. It's hard. It's hard sometimes in text. I think we make it more complicated and antiquated than it needs to be. I mean, it's a big country. It's not surprising that it's complicated. You got something funny you want to show me? Okay. If they don't pass a budget, yeah, the government's shutting down in 5 days. Yep, Justin. Taking an oath to the Constitution was and is sacred, but now they want an oath to a political party. That is unfortunately true. There is a desire from Ireland. Thanks. No worries, Justin. Appreciate you being here. How are things in Ireland? Found proof that the rapture happened to someone? Oh, yeah? Got to run an errand quick, but I'll let my iPad keep streaming. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. How long will it close for? Until they pass a budget. Matcha coffee also, if mushrooms didn't work. Famous one is Boston made, no tariffs. And oh my gosh, I don't want mushroom coffee. I want regular coffee. You missed the rap. You did, James. You missed the rapture again. Not too bad. About to select our president soon. Let's hope we have better luck. Good luck. I want to go to Ireland. Thank you, Sonny. We try. Tea can work. You know, I'm not a fan of tea. I don't mind tea every once in a while. Very specific kinds, but I don't like the taste of it. If we had to say this episode is sponsored, is it still Tylenol? Absolutely. This episode is definitely still sponsored by Tylenol. The doors are always open. You know, that would be the only place that I would love to visit / live more than Ireland, I think, is Scotland. And that's only because I am part Scottish. So the Walker shortbread, that is my clan. So they are very similar. They definitely have a lot in common with each other. Glad to see everyone survived. Yes, Lauren, we survived the rapture. I don't want mushroom coffee either. Seriously. Poor Tylenol. They got the short end of all this. It's just so interesting to me. You're welcome in Mexico. Thank you, Hilda. I appreciate that. I don't, Badger. I don't. Town in England. Okay. Let's see where it is. Where are we? Okay, so near Sheffield. Near is relative, but that's the closest one. Okay. Your grandma came from Ireland? Good morning, Rachel. You've been to Ireland. It's beautiful. Mental millennial. I'm jealous. Very jealous. ICE won't be getting paid. You know, somehow I think they'll find a way to pay him. Some of your family's from Ireland? Didn't Tylenol get bad press with tampering? I don't know. Can I ask why I think that? Think what? Sorry, I've been saying a lot of things, so I'm not. I need an update on what you want. And to be fair, when I say Tylenol, I mean acetaminophen, not specifically Tylenol. You're Irish, Slovakian, and Native American Mexican. What a that is a crazy combo, Kelly. You said the government. Oh, because the government is required to pass our yearly budget by October 1st. And if they don't, it's a government shutdown. Back in the 80s, technically the 80s is not before my time. I was just too young to remember it, but it's not technically before my time. Well, the Speaker of the House has sent the House of Representatives home. No more funding Democrats? I think you're in the wrong place. You'll talk about Tylenol like it's a company actual owner is a company most have heard of. Tylenol is just a name. It's acetaminophen. Why did the Speaker do that? Because he's trying to force the Democrats in the Senate to accept the budget bill that he passed. That's why. What's Tylenol? It's what is it called in Europe? It's called something else in Europe. Starts with a P. Paracetamol. Paracetamol? Yeah. Yeah, we just call it acetaminophen. Tylenol is just a brand of acetaminophen. Like Advil is ibuprofen. Yep. No music today. Nope. Because I am on, Tony, I'm live both here and over on the tube. And I want what I do there to count towards the hours. If it's a demonetized video, it can't count towards the hours, so I can become monetized. So, oh, sorry. Tanya. Sorry. Yes, I do, Tanya. Yep, we just released an episode today, actually. Yep, I'm over there. Everyone should go over there. That'll help get me closer to where I need to go. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. Yep, same name, same picture. And it'll show me being live, so. You're getting the whole American education. Yeah, you are, Badger. You know, for what that is, at least you're getting the whole American education. What's up, Shane? Good morning. Thanks, Doug. Trying to learn, but it all seems mental. It's completely understandable. And you know what? We don't always talk about politics. We have talked about other things. This is just, it's been pretty crazy right lately. So at least they're getting a better education here than in U.S. public schools. Truth. I appreciate you hanging out here, Badger. When most people would have left because they didn't understand what was going on. So I appreciate you sticking around. That actually means a lot. Hi, Tanya. I mean, in the UK, you guys are dealing with a lot of stuff right now too with your government. Yom Kippur is October 1st, starting at sundown. That's true. Hey, Dee Dee, thank you. You guys are awesome. Heck yeah. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, the key right now is watch hours. Public watch hours, whatever that means. Maybe that just means me. Maybe I'm not making good enough content. I don't know. Went to the UK, Poland, and Ukraine last summer, and I'm dying to go back. That's really cool. I've been to Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, and Switzerland. Austria was amazing. Czech Republic was pretty cool too. Fell in charge over here isn't the communist one that I voted for. It sounds to me like a lot of countries are struggling with what they want to do and some of the realities of what it takes to do things. That's something I've noticed. Sean, I want to go to Berlin and Prague. Prague is amazing. Berlin's amazing too. We did a little bit. Yesterday we spoke on it more. You know, the thing with the ice mess in Dallas, the problem with everything is we have politicians coming out and acting like they know what's going on and talking about it like they know what's going on before anything is learned. And in many cases, both sides will jump on anything that they see makes them, quote unquote, seem better before we have a full picture. And that's hard. It said it was, nationalism is... There's a lot of people that struggle with the idea of a more global society. And I guess I could sort of understand it, but yeah, there's a reason nationalism is becoming big right now. Just got back from Germany. Oh, Germany was so nice. Austria was my favorite though. If you get a chance to go to Austria, just walking through the hills. You live in Germany? Jealous, Steve. Jealous. Originally from Indiana? Gotcha. It's the third detention center in Texas. Yeah, Texas is dealing with it a lot, for sure. Amsterdam was fun. I've heard a lot of people like Amsterdam. Yeah, we're dealing with that a lot too. Badger. Brother was in Germany and he wasn't safe. Yeah. I mean, again, it's easy for us while we're going through what we're going through to look at other places and think that things are fine, like so much better. Everywhere is dealing with stuff. I want to make that clear. Everywhere is dealing with stuff. BIPOC means biracial, Badger. Were the hills alive with the sound of music? They were. I even got my picture taken in front of the giant horse statue that's in the movie. It was pretty cool. It doesn't? Okay. You want to come up and let me know? Because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want to misspeak. Or you can put it in chat if your internet's still not working. Oh, that's what that, okay. It means that. Got it. It means Black, Indigenous people of color. Got it. Sorry. That makes more sense. I don't know why I thought it was the other way, but that, gotcha. We're good. Got it. Remember 1,200 missing for, yeah, Tanya. 1,200 people missing is pretty crazy too. Hey, Maureen. I'm used to saying Black, Indigenous people of color. So I usually just say it all out. Yeah, Tanya, that's frightening. The 1,200 detainees missing from Florida that were in Alligator Alcatraz. That's pretty frightening. That's pretty frightening. Will there ever be a large enough offense to have international charges filed? Against who, Grizzly Bear? Nothing happy about that. What? What? You haven't heard of that, Kiva? Yeah. My title? Yeah, nothing good about it for sure. I have been, are you talking to Willow? I don't know who you're talking to. I've been to Germany, yes. Maybe his comment was regarding the gentleman from Colombia that spoke at the UN. Me? Yes, I have been to Germany. Yep. Salzburg, Berlin. I did not. I was there in college. We were doing a choir tour. So I did not get to just like just travel. It was more organized. Must be doing something right. I seem to be picking up 1 new follower per day on TikTok. There you go. The US president. Is it possible? Sure. Right now, I think there's still a little too much dependence on the United States. I think if countries start creating deals and treaties and coalitions with each other, I think you could potentially see something like that. But right now, no. In the future, sure. Yes, I miss driving 200 miles per hour in the Autobahn. Did you see how he spoke to the world leaders? Yes, it's very embarrassing. Yep, did a video about it, Tanya. It was absolutely disgusting, in fact. They're adding on to the existing facility at Fort Bliss in El Paso. Hold 5,000 people. Great. It's so exciting. Absolutely loved it. We climbed the stairs to the tower. Ooh. We went to the largest cathedral in Europe in Switzerland and sang in it. It was amazing. It was really cool. That was really cool. I wish I were surprised, Aaron, that they're doing that. But you know what? Nothing surprises me about this administration. Or I should say, when I think about it later, nothing surprises me about this administration. Because let's be fair, everything ends up surprising me because my brain cannot wrap my head around how this administration acts about some things because it's just so antithetical to how I would do things. Antithetical. I don't know what the word is. Took me all over. I've been to Germany, Denmark, Greece, and England as a baby. No memory. Oh, man. Just mind-boggling how he gets away with this. Yep. I've seen a few world leaders be pushed on the fact that that their people are like, why are you letting the US president talk to you guys like this? Proud of being who we are. Everyone should be proud of who you are. No matter your race, religion, gender, or identity. I was of the mind that we have to have certain level of respect for our president before this. I love how people think that they can just be rude. It's possible No, you're not misunderstood. Again, have a certain level of respect. There's respect is earned is something that we say a lot. I would still argue that respect is given. It's like it's still upon me to decide if someone is worthy of my respect, because I'm the one who decides what is needed to get my respect. So I don't love it when people say respect is earned, but to the same point, if what you're doing regards me, what I meant was we can agree to disagree until this president. I would agree. I think the reason we can't agree to disagree is because the fundamentals are off. When the fundamentals are different, that at that point there, how can you respect someone? How can you be connected to the Wi-Fi and not the internet? So the way it works, Kia, is when your device says you're connected to your Wi-Fi, all it's saying is it's getting a signal from your Wi-Fi router. It does not mean that your router is actually getting internet. I mean, it is earned in the sense of I have a line. This is what it takes to earn my respect, So in that sense, yes, respect is earned. I think my issue with the way we say it sometimes is we say it in a way that because the way, that everyone's is the same. Only you can decide specifically whether or not you're gonna give someone respect. Why are you asking if they will shut down? Because in 5 days, the government's gonna shut down if they don't pass a bill. If they don't pass a budget, it's gonna shut down. Pass what bill? A budget bill. Because all our budgets are bills. Which is weird, but that's just how it works in our government, at least. A budget's not a budget, it's a bill that funds the government. Morning, Mission. How are you doing? Guys, if you are over on the TikTok, just so you know, I'm also live over on the Tube. And if you're over there, you can actually see the chat that's happening on TikTok while also seeing the chat that's happening on the Tube at the same time. It's pretty cool. Not to mention, after I'm done, you can just watch the most recent episode that got released. Or if you're here, it's right there. The most recent episode that got released. More debt. In general, yeah. Unfortunately. Hence you trying to get your iPad. I can make it a little bigger too. And move me over a little bit. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends. For everyone on both sides, also, if you watched the episode that I posted on Monday with the person with Kaylee Peterson, who's running for Congress in Idaho, on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time, she's going to be joining me on a live. So you guys can ask questions about her, about how she sees things, about her campaign. She is a progressive candidate who's running in a very red district in Idaho and has been running for 4 years. So you definitely should join, mark that on your calendars and join for that, because I think it's, we need to support our progressive candidates, because it's especially ones in those districts, like those districts that they got an uphill battle going. How it will affect the House votes? The win in Phoenix won't really help the House votes as a whole. It will make it so the margin for getting things, like, basically getting one more vote means the Republicans can't lose as many votes if they want to pass something. So I think the biggest result of us winning that special election in Arizona means that they can now force the vote on the Epstein files, on releasing the Epstein files. I think they can force that vote now. Outperformed 2024 by 17 points. Yeah, that's crazy. She hasn't been sworn in yet, Shane, because the House of Representatives is on recess for until the 2nd, I think. They went on recess because they're trying to force the Democrats in the Senate to pass their version of the budget. So, yes, the other thing that is bad that is coming from it is that she's not getting sworn in, but that's not why they did it. The reason that she's not getting sworn in yet is because the House is not in session. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's in that bill. I don't know if the bill that releases the files forces them to release a more unredacted one, but it's your first time on the tube. It's not glitchy here. It's not as glitchy. Oh, that's good. It's all about the money, money, money. Hey, Kayla. Magic Mike keeps controlling when they're there. The Dems will show up Monday, they've said. Oh, there you go. We'll see if the GOP show up. Truth. Truth. Definitely don't have faith that they will. Republicans keep it closed with a minority. Democrats just want to day trade. I'm trying to help you get your numbers. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Ice potentially really screwed up using Yeah, that whole Pokemon thing was really messed up. Was really messed up. It's chilly here. Finally gonna have a fancy toffee coffee. Ooh. Yeah, Kia. Ice put out like a commercial and used the Pokemon theme song and a bunch of other Pokemon like stuff while making it. Same. I hope Pokemon sues the ever-loving out of them. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Hegseth orders rare urgent meeting of hundreds of generals and admirals. Interesting. They just might sue copyright infringement. Yep. And so they should. Oh yeah, Nintendo is really is maybe even worse than Disney when it comes to suing over their IP. Oh yeah, they definitely used Gotta Catch 'Em All in it. 100% used that. That's one Nintendo lawsuit I could get behind. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. Again, for everyone that's over on the TikTok, just so you know, I'm actually live over on the Tube as well. And if you watch from over there, it helps me get my view numbers up, which will potentially, well, not potentially, which will get me closer to being able to monetize over there. So if this app becomes if TikTok becomes a place where I cannot easily talk about what's going on in the world, I need another place I could go. So why would we have a government shutdown? Because there is no budget. And if we do not have a budget by October 1st, we won't, the government shuts down. Yeah, Theo Vaughn. I was surprised Theo Vaughn did that. That was... He was part of the commercial. Theo Vaughn was part of the commercial. I'm more on Game Freak that it's more on Game Freak that owns Pokemon, but they did release a statement saying they don't condone it. Really? He didn't agree to it? Thank you, Maria. Leaving TikTok now that our government owns it, you know? Now I'm on the Tube. I can only do one. That's fine, Deborah. I can talk to you guys on the Tube as much as I can talk to you on TikTok. Okay, fine. I'll listen here. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate you, buddy. You can direct. You just have to @ people first. It's annoying. You definitely can. It's just it takes more work. Oh, you can only do it on computer? There you go. Where are we moving to next? Well, right now, Be Rich, we're moving over to the Tube. That's the easiest place to start. More work in the sense of you just can't tap on it and it just happens. So it's as a whole, I think it is better than TikTok, but not as good as Twitch. I do, Kung Fu. Yep, I do. It's the same name. We can actually have a conversation here. Yes, you can. Look at all these people coming up. Woo, woo, woo. Theo was at the inauguration. Now he's playing more neutral. Yes, Theo is definitely trying to play more neutral. And while I appreciate the fact that he's trying to be more neutral, there's also this part of me that's like, you trusted the man? What the hell? You know? It's like, yeah, it's a little bit. Here, I can make myself a little bit bigger. What's up with Candace Owens? You know, there are people out there that will jump on wherever they feel the wind is changing to. Why are there fish? Because I wanted to put fish. It's way too small. Here, let's try this. We're working on it. We're figuring it out. I like listening to her theories, but she shouldn't. No. You should never trust Candace Owens. I don't like change. That's fair. That's fair. Wait. Where's Scott? I didn't see Scott. Oh, there's Scott. Hey, Scott. How's it going, buddy? No. YouTube, the tube is behind. And there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, I would just mute one of them. I mean, in the end, the goal is that most people from over there will be over here. And what I will do when I go live on TikTok is push people over there. That's the end goal. Candace got secret info sent to her. Yeah, I saw her talking about some underground thing or whatever. Have you heard the stuff going around about Erica and Romania? No, I have not. It's behind because they delay it slightly to obtain the best visual and sound quality. Yes. You should ask why not fish. Exactly, guys. Who doesn't want to watch some fish? I was going to put kittens up there, but I couldn't find a clip long enough. Romania rabbit hole is crazy. Oh my goodness. You're watching Obama narrating national parks on your TV. Ooh, fancy. Thank you for the follow. Heard she was part of. Oh, you mean Erica Kirk? Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second. I don't think of it past that. Yes, I did hear that. I did hear that thing. Yes. Yep. Yes, I did hear that. And if true, that's a little frightening. Think she's also banned in Australia for being so divisive and spreading misinformation. Maybe. Somehow it wouldn't surprise me. How you doing, Maddie? Oh, you're talking about Candace Owens, Kiva. Yes. Candace Owens is banned in Australia. We moving around. We moving around. Jumping all over the place. Erica does kind of creep me out as well. If we're being honest. I just look. I've said this before that my heart and my head are doing this in a lot of things right now. I'm new to you and I just needed to see where you were at on a few things. No worries. I appreciate it. I totally understand. I totally understand. In this day and age, yeah, I totally understand. I don't know that the Romania story is fully accurate. I can't find any reputable sources that supported it. Yeah, which is why I'm not like focusing on it a lot. But again, it's one of those, it wouldn't surprise me. She gives me Handmaid's vibes. Yeah. 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 What happened when Trump was speaking during the memorial and she like went up and was like hugging him and like resting her head on his chest and stuff, that gave me the ick, if I'm being honest. That seemed so performative. And again, not saying her grief was not real. That is not what I was saying. I'm not sure how you could not experience that and not have grief. Oh, his speech was a huge red flag. Trump's speech was a huge red flag. Like massive. I know that everyone is different with grief, but I can't help feeling that she's grifting this in the fullest. You know, it's hard not to think that. It's hard not to think that. The eye touching with the tissue. That is a violation of our First Amendment. What is, Maddie? What's a violation of our First Amendment? Her little speech just days after Charlie's passing was so weird. Gave Katie Britt State of the Union response vibe. Very forced. Yeah. Yeah. Granted, maybe being on camera would force them to composure. Maybe. I heard that, Mandarino. I heard that greed is the ruling emotion. No one cares. We have built what? You guys are successfully distracted by what? Talking about what's going on in the world? You think we can focus? We have to focus on specific things all the time? And the budget is a bill, Cobb. If we don't pass it, the government shuts down. What was said by CK's wife? Gotcha. What was said? I'm more worried about what the administration said during the memorial, and less about what she said, if we're being honest. Story about telling her daughter daddy's away from home so much that you can have blueberries was kind of gross to me. Unable to be impartial. When did I say I'm impartial? Why would you think that I'm impartial? Where have I said that I'm impartial? Do you think the photo of the placement yesterday in Dallas was staged? You know, just me, here's the thing about all that. Nothing that I'm forcing myself to wait until all of the evidence comes out and other people outside get to know who this person was, et cetera, et cetera. The fact that those casings were there and he wrote on one of them is weird to me. The fact that no ICE agents got hit is weird to me. It's very much the math ain't mathing. Again, I don't know. I don't have any proof one way or another, but why would he write on the casings of one of them and not all of them? Why? Like, it's too convenient. And again, I want everyone to know I got no proof. I'm not saying that it is anything else other than what is being said. I don't know. But I definitely got this math ain't mathing feeling from the entire thing. If there were ambrosia, I did not see any images of it. All I saw was the ones that still had that weren't spent. Sharpie Gate. And this is why, you know, there'll be a lot of people that will be doing a lot of work looking at who this guy was. We'll have to wait and see what consensus wise comes out, you know? Because no, I don't fully trust what this government says about anything anymore. The fact that there was no information and the vice president had come out with the statements that he said, I can't help but feel like something is off. Yes, Eleanor, there are quite a few more. It's getting up there, guys. We're in the 20s. Trust your gut. Mine is right 99.99999% of the time. I mean, again, in the end, what the problem still comes, okay, let's say I am right, Joe. The problem still comes that even if I'm right, the people that are supporting this administration probably won't stop supporting him because of this. I think that's been pretty much shown that it's not going to change. So that's why I say the first thing we can do is start voting for the change that we want. And then, you know, in the future, if it looks like if we get more involvement by the electorate and it looks like things just keep getting worse because for whatever reason, then we can look at a different step. But this is what you have. I mean, you can get this with qualified people, Tufu. If we're being straight, qualification doesn't guarantee this. Being unqualified definitely is making it worse. I won't argue that. I saw some MAGA Christians are waking up to doing how they handled the Charlie thing. That's good. Yes, Kayla. So if you're on the tube talking, hitting the thumbs, sharing, or at least even hitting the button, and like those all kind of help. They will push it onto more people's homepage. They won't confirm if any detainees were injured because it doesn't. How can they not confirm it? 2 lost their lives. Like there are 3 in the hospital or 2 in the hospital, 1 still in the hospital. I don't know how they can't confirm it anymore. Like it seems pretty straightforward. But maybe that's me. Qualified people might have made it less obvious. Fair. It might have been harder to read through if it was if they were qualified. I might not be using Chat GPT to do things. I don't know, Jennifer. That's the first I've heard. Be careful what you click. They may be waiting for notifications of family. That's possible. There's a lot of possibilities on it. Guys, we're at 23 people right now over on the tube. Do you think we could get up to 30? Do you think we could get up to 30? I think you guys might like it over there because people are talking over there and then you can see everything. Commenting more in the live helps. Yes, chat rate. They call it a chat rate. So the more chatting, the better. Yes, Maddie. So you can see actually the TikTok chat and the YouTube chat because I put both in. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Got to run to work. Totally appreciate. Thank you, Just Me. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you following. But only if it's not. No. Just besides holding the American people hostage. No. Government shutdowns are what happen when the majority refuses to act like an adult. That's really what it is. Pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza should never exist. Hot take, pickles don't belong on a burger. My wife will only put pickles. Like, she doesn't put any other condiments. She only puts pickles on her burgers. Millionaires and billionaires threaten the poor to have their resources taken away to manipulate. No argument there. The wealthy in this country, the ultra wealthy, do control pretty much everything. Thank you. Was a turning point for some people. I mean, look, it takes a lot to get people like Ted Cruz to agree with us. And he did on that. It may have been for his own sake, but he did on that. Pickles on burgers. I disagree. They add a zing. The vinegar adds a zing to it. What do you think of Hexac? I've heard about that, Maddie. I don't know. I really don't. It's Hexath. So let's be honest here. Oh, if you use dark theme on YouTube, it's easier. Yeah. You're a black woman and your YT dad told me both sides are the same. He has 4 black daughters. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Maddie. That's insane. He wants a pledge from them. That would not surprise me, Charlie. Knowing him, that would not surprise me. Pepperoni, jalapenos, and pineapple pizza is great. Yeah, I just don't like pineapple on pizza. I like pineapple by itself, just not on pizza. The worst part for myself and our organized groups is that way back in November, we knew they'd have. Yep. Yeah. A lot of what's happening, we called. A lot of what's happening, we called. Can I force my tummy to accept spicy food? My favorite is kimchi ramen. We have it like for every lunch over the weekend. We pretty much live off of kimchi ramen over the weekend. My guess is it's under your settings. So like if you click your icon, your icon, it's usually on the bottom if you're on the tube, or on the top if you're on the web browser. I don't remember the brand. That may be the brand, Gravel. I cannot remember the name of it though. But then we make it and then we put in an egg and we add more kimchi to it because I make my own kimchi. So I can look. Let me look. So if you're using the app, I don't know. General? Yeah, so if you're using the app, you hit your little thing at the bottom, and then you hit the gear at the top, and then you hit general, and then you hit appearance. And that's how you can change to dark on the app. Thank you, Moody Cat. Appreciate you. Guys, we're still only at 23 on the tube. We're trying to get to 30. Can we bring it up to 30? Why is the category entertainment? That is not what I set it at. Well, that's annoying. I have to figure out why I did that. I use dark mode for everything too. Maybe we talked about too much food and it switched. I guess that's possible. But I definitely remember setting it as news and world, or news and politics, whatever it's called. Hey, welcome, Duffy. Yes. Wait, hold on. Join
the mighty dark side, and together we will rule the galaxy as father and son.
We would be doing anything about the congressional committee and how they called in for the heads of social platforms. Clancy's going to be sweating. I mean, we can live watch it. Do we know when they're coming in? I'd be down to watch that live.
Get over here.
Floating screen on the top. Oh, thank you guys. That would be different. That would be, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. And don't forget, if you've come over from TikTok to the tube, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And we're at a chat rate of 8, guys. That's awesome. We're killing it. You guys rock. I appreciate you all so much. Patient here? No worries. AKA my guitar? I mean, I am in entertainment, aren't I? Sorry, mate. Had to go, but you're back now. No worries, Badger. Okay, you win. Moved over. Yes, Anna. Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't need to use those words anymore. I still do. Until I get more people to come over, I still need to use them. See, the Mandalorian movie is being released next spring. Ooh. It's too bad we're boycotting Disney. Maybe Disney will get its act together and then we can start watching their stuff again. Committee will be on the 8th. Okay, well, definitely. Yes, Deanne, hello. We're at 26, guys. We're almost there. This is awesome. Yeah, you can actually speak like adults over on the tube, guys, just so you know. You can speak like an adult. 27. We're so close. I don't like Disney anyway. I don't like the monopolies that have been formed. I don't like the monopolies that have been formed. The annoying thing is supposedly I was supposed to be able to go live with it this way and vertical, but it says I'm live vertical, but it's not showing up. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Like, supposedly I'm live in 2 different ways, but it's not showing up. We got 29, guys. Oh, 30. We hit 30. You guys are awesome. Dan Haggerty on WRAL did an amazing breakdown of all of that. By the way, Kia, so I'm bringing in next Friday, I'm interviewing someone who deals with North Carolina politics. And we're going to be talking about the bills that have passed, but also this person has formed this group to work with politicians, to work with a lot of different things. It's going to be a really cool interview, I think. But it's going to be focused more on North Carolina. Anything billionaire owned deserves scrutiny. Facts, Anna. Facts. You subscribed and hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, I am, Jeb. Yep. I'm live here and over there at the same time. You can blame Reagan for the U.S. part of the Murdoch empire he removed. Yes, he started the process. Yep. Now nobody leave. Nobody leave. So did you sign in? I mean, here's the thing, guys. I appreciate any extra viewage you guys give me. What means more to me is if you guys have, if you like my stuff and watch it, and if you have friends that you think would like my stuff and get them to watch it. Because that's really like, that is what gives the kind of growth that I need to be able to like, you know, like the growth comes from a bunch of different people. Thank you. From a bunch of different people that like what I do. Yes, and you can put links in here. That's true. Kiva or Kia, you want to put a link to episode 15 in there? That would be good too. Do you think there will be mass firings? If they've already said they're going to. So your cappuccino's kicking in. Whoo! Let's go. Go for a run. And that's fine. I'm not saying all of you need to do it. I'm just saying, if you guys know people in real life that could benefit from this community, this coalition, that's how we grow. That's how we grow. You're feeding kittens 1 minute. No worries. BN Town, hello. Well, a run would be pushing it. Okay. But yes, Lonzo, I think there will be more firings if there's a shutdown. Yes, I do. But honestly, they were doing everything they can to shut down anyways. With all of our brains, we will come together and learn the YouTube. Would your benefits be affected? I don't know if military benefits are affected or not. I don't know. I know that, if you're in the military, you still work. Not medicated enough for that voice. Sorry, Bree. I'm sorry. Why would we have a shutdown? Because there is no budget bill passed. And if by October 1st they do not pass a budget bill or a continuing resolution, the government shuts down. It's me, Bree. I like the name. It was right when you hopped in too. I'm sorry. It's pretty easy and nice. You can watch on desktop. And if you happen to have like YouTube Prime, like you can still do other things while watching too. Like they've just saying, there's a lot of cool things. If you're over on the tube, Kiva just put a link to the new episode that just came out today. There's also an episode that we posted on Monday with someone who's running for Congress in Idaho. We will be doing a live interview with her where you guys can ask questions. If you have to be minimized, if it's minimized, it doesn't count. Which is the case, unfortunately, with a lot of things. And retired Navy were not affected, active or disabled vets. Active don't get paid while the shutdown is happening. You get paid, you basically get paid back pay once the shutdown is over. Or are you just talking about vets, Tufu? I was talking to a friend that fled Venezuela when it was first started, and she sees the similarities. Yeah. Some of us are hourly, so you don't get back pay for hourly? You just know retired and disabled vets are not affected. Gotcha. They will vote just to pay active duty, and it will be passed. That's possible. That's insane, Thunder Rolls. I'm sorry. If you do the picture-in-picture with YouTube over other apps, it still counts for viewing, and you can multitask. There you go. Multitask. I might end up going a little bit later because a friend of mine who is also a podcaster might come up and hang out in a bit. We'll see. So I might end up going a little bit later today. We'll find out. I got to find out if they're actually going to. Or I might just come on later. I don't know. What do you think of Jimmy's return? I think it's awesome. About frickin' time. I mean, I lost the tube chat trying to make the fonts bigger. That's fair. Vets still get paid. Brandon hasn't been affected, but when he was in, he was worried about a shutdown because they might not get paid. Yeah, if you're active, you don't get paid until you get back pay, assuming you're not hourly, I guess, but only once the shutdown is over. So if the shutdown goes for months, then you don't get paid for months. You'll get back pay, but that doesn't help you buy food. So what ends up happening is a lot of people in the military will like buy food on credit. Which is ridiculous. Luckily, a lot of credit unions like Navy Fed will still pay and then keep it once it goes through. Oh, that's good. That's good, Marianne. I did not know that. That's good. No person in the free world should have to buy basics on credit. Truth, Bree. That is 1,000,000% true. Yes, Disney increased the cost of their subscription too, which is not going to help things. Talking about unions, we're talking specifically about, Jonathan, about credit unions if there's a shutdown for military people. Yes, the politicians still get paid. Yep. But I mean, we can talk about unions, but Amazon just hit with $2.5 billion fine for tricking Prime customers. I heard that. Yep. Hopefully Trump won't find a way to to pardon Amazon. All right, Tufu, have a good day. Appreciate you. Yes, Congress still gets paid, Doug. Yep, unfortunately, Congress still gets paid. They don't have as big of a reason to, yeah. Amazon did what now? So they got sued for basically tricking people into signing up for Prime or continuing to sign up for Prime or something like that. I don't know the specifics, but they basically tricked them. They tricked them. And then were found guilty and were fined $2.5 billion for it. Your ex works for DHS and was sent to Chicago, didn't get the hours promised, and was bored. Shocker. You know, it's good to hear, Anna. It's good to hear. There are civil service essential who will work and get back pay. Yes. Is Prime actually now 15? So you can get Prime monthly instead of yearly. I don't know if the yearly is equivalent to $15 a month, but basically on Amazon, on Prime, you can sign up for a month now and do it $15 a month, which we've done. What we've done is if we needed it for a month, like if it was knew we were buying lots of things and we wanted the free shipping and stuff like that, we just signed up for a month and then canceled it. So we only did a month's worth. It's 2 months free yearly. You get 2 months free if you get the year. We got Prime and Walmart Plus during the pandemic. Get a discount if you sign up for... Yeah. No, I know that. I thought Prime was free shipping if you had Prime. Yes, if you have Prime, you get free shipping. Yep. And you get access to their videos. Yeah, so basically 134 is 10 months at $15 a month. Yep. I have to reach out to some other doctors. I was supposed to interview a doctor, but they pulled out because they posted a video about the whole thing with acetaminophen, and they got, I guess, just attacked in the chat, in their comment section, and they don't feel comfortable now doing a video. So a lot of things that you get with Prime, but it's the fact of the matter of who's profiting. True. Government shutdown. I left on Rapture Day. Sorry, you guys are still dealing with that. You know, government shutdown, Rapture. If it's not one thing, it's the other thing. I know TV networks can't cover, but you've been following the flotilla. Yeah, where is it at? What's going on with it? We'll have either a shutdown for a day or two or last minute legislation. I mean, that's possible. You got to remember the longest shutdown we've ever had was under this president. So, hey Dan, you didn't get taken even though you had all your snacks packed and ready to go. That's fair. That's fair. It happens. Oh my gosh, people have been talking. My thing hasn't been showing the chat over here. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys have probably all been talking and saying things, and I'm not seeing any of it. Skit with Robert De Niro was awesome. It was. That was pretty funny. I'm gonna be straight. That was kind of hilarious. I wonder if there's a way I can reload this one. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it... Okay. Just got a Wi-Fi is down until about 1. Oof. Heard Italy and Spain sent their navy to guard. Ooh, really? Interesting. Facebook just had a lawsuit and payout. I was on the lawn in my birthday suit looking up, and now my neighbors just look at you. Good morning. Saw first it was just Italy, then saw it was Italy and Spain. You even had snacks. Sounds like a good time. If when raptured, if we go clothed or naked, that's an interesting question. Like we don't have good Wi-Fi here in heaven. It's been a busy month on the news. True. You weren't raptured? Nope. By the way, if you're over here on TikTok, if you go on the tube, you can not only see the TikTok chat, but you can also chat with the people that are on the tube. So you get like double the fun. Just saying. You don't have to. You're more than welcome to hang out here. But over there, you can see both. And you can watch some fish, because fish are calming. Unless you hate fish, and then I have nothing. You have a bad Amazon addiction? Oh no. Hey, Abby. I think we have to study the past doomsday cults to see the most common things they did. It's true. No music today? No, because I'm live here and over on the tube. And if I get copyright struck over there, all the hours of people watching won't count towards me being able to monetize over there, unfortunately. But don't worry, I'll do some lives still over on TikTok where I will still do music. I just can't do it when I'm live over on the tube as well. Does the rapture leave bodies just laying? I think it just leaves your clothes. I think it just leaves your clothes. One day you can have separate audios for certain platforms. There's probably a way I can make it work, but stupid rules. The president doesn't follow them, so why should we? Facts. Hello, Mandalorian. So there is a service that I could pay for. I'm so pissed the rapture didn't happen. I know, Bien. I know. I could pay for, and there's like YouTube friendly audio, but that costs money. So if you want me to be able to do that, then I need to be able to start making money over there. We do have a Discord, Danielle. Yep, we do. Hundreds of souls raptured from your bedroom, leaving you with piles of laundry. That, that sucks. That really sucks. You're too lazy to open another app. It's fine, Ketchup. It's all good. Yes, if you go into my, if you go here, there's a link. You'll have to copy it and then paste it on like a browser or something, but there's a link there to get in. And if you join the Discord, you can see basically when I post anything anywhere, so. I was trying to get out of laundry on Tuesday. You were so pissed. That's fair. You posted a pic in both of our Discords showing proof that someone was raptured. I just like the guy who photoed him. Shells on the ceiling. Yeah, that was funny. Who photoshopped himself on the ceiling. I saw the video of the guy who sold his car because he was so confident that that the rapture was happening. It was kind of sad, if we're being honest. It was pretty sad. Some guy keeps moving his rapture predictions to the day after each time it doesn't happen. Yeah, There's like 3 days. So like it didn't happen on the 23rd. They moved it to the 24th. Didn't happen on the 24th. They moved it to the 25th. Technically, I think someone said the 25th is a possible day too. Heard about people selling their belongings. I heard about people giving away their belongings. Someone was saying that like on the face of book marketplace, that people were like giving away stuff because they were confident. As a millennial, I've been through enough raptures to know I'll be let down once more. That's true. Makes you wonder what kind of Kool-Aid people are consuming. You know, hopefully it's good Kool-Aid. Correct. The dates are supposed to correlate with Rosh Hashanah. Yep. I think some people were trying to give away their house. I know, Shane, but honestly, to an extent, I don't really care at this point. Like, I'm still gonna care some and try not to, but I'm not gonna, at this point, I'm not gonna be insane about it. My brain can only handle so much. I'm unless I can get all 100,000 people or all the hundreds of people that watch me over on TikTok to move over on a regular basis, I'm paying attention to 2 separate chats and my brain can't. Store brand expired Kool-Aid. That's fair. That's fair. It's your 21st rapture. So disappointing, you know? Survived Y2K, Mayan 2012, South African 2025 so far. Yeah, you know, we're doing it. Man, there was pure Kool-Aid powder. There's a mom who's convinced it was happening on TikTok. I hope someone has checked on her and her kids. Sometimes they go, yeah. They drink into Kool-Aid. But better not cave this time. I hope not, good cat. I hope not. It's one of those things where like they make these threats and they're like, oh, we're gonna fire all these people. Well, they're trying to fire all these people anyways. What's really the difference at this point? I would like to know. Tell me the difference. I wanted to go to Y2K to New Orleans for Y2K, but you had to work. It's fair. So what's up with the meeting with all? We don't know. Southern is back. We don't know. No news. No news yet. Kool-Aid. Yes, it has been mentioned a few times that it is definitely weird. It is definitely weird. But I have yet to see any specific news on it. Think we can get the concurrent viewers up to 35 this time? We've gotten 30. I wonder if we can hit 35. All of you on the TikTok, do you think we could get the concurrent viewers over on the tube up to 35? What do you think? Think you make it possible? Can you make it happen? It's a cooler place to be, I think. Thank you, Bree. The tube is where the party's at. I went to a Y2K party. I don't remember much from that night. It's true. And what if we do? It has happened and it works. It works how? What works in what way? What work? What do you mean by works? And again, I'm interested to see what you mean by works. That's a relative term. I mean, it's happened so many times. Okay. And it has never been good for the economy, for the people, like for citizens. Government shutdown hurts. It worked for Bill Clinton. How did it work for Bill Clinton? Read a book? Grow up. We're trying to sit here, have a conversation, and you're going to do that? Grow up. Goodbye. I don't deal with people being rude to me. Not in my life. People not being paid and can't feed their families doesn't work. True. Trying to decide if I can have a second giant mug of coffee. I'm going to go with yes. Aware that it's not unusual, but it's never good for the country. No. And the fact is we have not passed. Yeah. Bye. We have not passed a clean budget before October 1st in a while. We've basically been running by continuing resolution for a decent amount of time. The school you worked at had us preparing a bunker for Y2K. Oh my goodness. I'll either have to clean or nap. It's fair. I'm not sure it ever accomplished anything that could have been without shutting down. I mean, has it allowed the minority party to end up getting some things that it likes, that it wants? Sure. But is it worth it as a whole? No, I don't believe so. I think we need to test out animals in the bottom. I wonder if puppies would attract more people. Over caffeination makes me nap. So not lately, it's been happening for a while. So I have this thing where I will wake up at around 4:30. Can't get back to sleep, so I'll get up and start working. Like I'll work on, like I was working on the episode that released today when I woke up, and I'll have a cup of coffee, and like almost immediately after I finish the coffee, I get exhausted and go back to sleep for like another minimum of an hour, if not two. Figured if the world as we knew it was ending, might as well go out yeah, with a bang. Oh, look at that. That's ADHD. Well, there you go. At that time, what the heck? I know. We should all talk. Everyone who's up at 4 a.m. should all hang out and talk. The 4 a.m. club. This is a little on the nose. 3, 2, oh my goodness. There's got to be a Reddit thread for that. Yeah. Bill passed, no shutdown. Where? I'm not seeing that report. I'm not saying you're wrong. Who's reporting that? I haven't seen anything about it. Same, Bree. Yeah, I don't see any news yet that the Senate has signed anything. I'm not at 2 a.m. all the time. This guy on Fox News claimed that what happened at the Texas ICE facility is why Jimmy Kimmel needed to say I'm sorry. What? Double mocha cappuccino. Let's go. 2 a.m. I'm overachieving for me, but get it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those emotes count as comments. Get that chat rate up, baby. Let's go. I'm going to have to figure out how to make it so I'm in the right category for the next time, but that's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. You had water, eggs, and oatmeal with PB and banana. No caffeine for you today. There you go. Still sounds good. Sounds delish. They are pretty good emotes. Random typing. Thank you, Shane, for random typing. Breakfast meatballs and a cutie and of course coffee. There you go. I pretty much just have coffee. Bondi and prosecutors have reservations over charging James Comey. Well, at least they're not the... Protein coffee shake. There you go, Angie. If you're allergic, peanut butter is an awesome protein booster. It sure is. You just have coffee too? They will... Okay, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think they will... I think a lot of them know that there's a line between doing these things and looking weak when they fail. At least try a peanut butter coffee. I'm adventurous. I've had peanut butter flavored coffee before. It's pretty good. The office you're at is next to the airport. I get to eat your sandwich and watch planes. Ooh, fancy. Are you having your Tylenol with your sandwich? That's really the question. Snickers coffee creamer. There you go. Butter keto coffee. No. No, Brie. No. No. No butter coffee. Never. Not having butter coffee. I bet if you ask Trump if having Tylenol would just make you autistic, yes. How did you know it was a Tylenol sandwich? You know? Just a guess. No, I can't do it, Brie. Sorry. Good for you. Good on you. Go for it. But I can't do it. Peanut butter, choco syrup, instant coffee, protein shake powder, and a banana ice blend. Interesting. Very interesting. There are a lot of cute emotes over there on the tube. All right, I'm going to shoot a message to see if she's going to come, if we're going to do something. If not, I'm going to get off. We're not shutting down the government. The Republicans are the ones in power. They're the ones they are the majority. If I take acetaminophen now, will it give my grown children? Yes, Maureen. Yep. No, they said that they needed to fund Medicaid. So, no, it wouldn't be 2 trillion. Medicaid doesn't, they did not cut 2 trillion from Medicaid, so it's not 2 trillion. Yeah, they want to fund the things that they cut. Yep. They want to fund the things that they cut, and it's not 2 trillion. They didn't even cut 2 trillion from the budget, so there's no way that it's 2 trillion. I think they should fund Medicaid and tax the wealthy more. I think causing rural hospitals to close down is going to cost the government more than anything that they're doing. I think we should, I have no problem talking about where we can pull funding from, but it's not Medicaid. That Medicaid, that you think 2 trillion is a lot? Wait until every rural hospital is, or not every, but most rural hospitals are shut down. The amount of money that the amount of extra money that citizens are going to have to spend. We need to stop subsidizing private equity in healthcare. We need to have single payer healthcare and stop paying a middleman. The fact that we pay a middleman to decide whether or not we can get healthcare, we can get certain kinds of healthcare. When I worked at a mental health clinic as a therapist, I made 32% of what I earned the clinic. Dang. Just lost my doctor of 27 years because he went with a private equity company. That's insane. You need insurance so bad. A lot of people do. Non-profit. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy right now. Vegemite is an acquired taste. That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. It's a disaster in a bottle, baby. Your patients should suffer because of the government. Well, I appreciate what you do, Bree. It's important that we have people like you, but I understand it's getting harder and harder to be nurse practitioners, RNs, all of that stuff. Your husband has been with his job for over 20 years because of insurance. Yeah. We still have to pay copays, tests, surgeries. That $1,200 is not covered by insurance. That's insane. That's insane. Having insurance through employers is not, I mean, we've got unregulated capitalism going on at this point. So everything's a trap at this point. You pay $6,500 for a deductible and $600 a month for insurance for yourself as self-employed person. That's insane, Emmeline. That's insane. Half of your community sees one of these two brother doctors, so it's going to be a big deal. Sounds like it. Sounds like it's going to be really rough for your community. All right. I guess they are just busy. So I am going to get off. Guys, if you are over on TikTok, thank you for all the likes, shares, gifts. Make sure you are hitting this button here and following over on the tube, because I'm going to go live on both more often, and you're going to start seeing more stuff happen over there. So you can also watch all of the podcasts as they happen. So make sure you follow over there. Follow over there. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys are amazing, just the way we are. And I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile, do something that makes you happy. Bye, guys. I'll let this one go for a little bit longer because I know there's like a break there. Bye, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming over here and hanging out. You guys rock. Woo. You guys are amazing too, just the way you are, and I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something.